Have you ever wondered what really happens inside your body when you walk just 30 minutes every day? Most people think walking is simply moving from point A to point B, but the truth is far more fascinating. Every single step you take triggers a cascade of biological processes that can transform your fat cells, your metabolism, and even your brain. Imagine your fat cells shrinking, your energy surging, and your risk of chronic diseases decreasing, all without extreme workouts or diets. Today, we'll uncover the science behind walking and how it silently reshapes your body and your health. By the end of this video, you'll understand why just half an hour a day can change your life. Walking activates your muscles in ways that go beyond burning calories. When you take a step, your muscles contract and signal your fat cells to release stored fat, a process called lipolysis. Your body converts this fat into energy, fueling your cells efficiently. But it doesn't stop there. Regular walking increases insulin sensitivity, which helps your body process glucose more effectively, reducing the storage of excess fat. Furthermore, walking stimulates the release of hormones like adrenaline and norepinephrine, which trigger fat cells to break down triglycerides into fatty acids. Over time, consistent walking can reduce the size of fat cells, especially in stubborn areas, while also increasing the number of mitochondria in your muscles. These are the powerhouses that burn energy more efficiently. Even more fascinating is how walking affects visceral fat, the dangerous fat surrounding organs. Studies show that 30 minutes of brisk walking daily significantly decreases visceral fat, lowering your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. Walking isn't just about fat cells, it's about total body health. When you walk regularly, boost metabolism, your metabolic rate increases not just during the walk, but for hours afterward. Support heart health. Walking improves circulation, strengthens the heart, and lowers blood pressure. Enhance brain function. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, improving memory, focus, and mood. Control weight naturally. Walking helps regulate hunger hormones, reducing cravings, and promoting healthy weight management. Additionally, walking is anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation is a hidden driver of many diseases, including obesity. By moving daily, your body reduces inflammatory markers, which helps your fat cells function properly and prevents them from becoming stubborn or harmful. Another key benefit is mental wellness. Walking outdoors triggers endorphin release, reduces stress hormones, and improves sleep quality. Your fat cells respond not just to exercise, but also to the hormonal environment in your body. A calm, low-stress body stores less fat and burns it more efficiently. Now that you know the profound science behind walking, it's time to take action. Just 30 minutes a day can reshape your fat cells, boost energy, and protect your health in ways you may never have imagined. You don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or extreme diets. All it takes is consistent movement, patience, and a commitment to yourself. Start today, set a daily 30-minute walking goal. Track your steps, focus on brisk but comfortable walking, and make it part of your routine. Remember, this small change compounds over time. Your body will reward you with leaner fat cells, a stronger heart, sharper brain, and a more vibrant life. Take the first step today and let your fat cells do the work while you enjoy the journey toward a healthier, happier, and stronger you. Walking is simple, yet its impact is life-changing. Make it your daily habit and experience the transformation from the inside out. Have you ever stopped to consider what happens inside your body when you take a simple walk every day? For most people, walking is just a mundane activity, a way to get from one place to another, a brief pause between the bus stop and the office, or a casual stroll in the evening. Yet this ordinary action, seemingly trivial, has extraordinary effects on the body, effects that touch every system, every cell, and most surprisingly, every fat cell in your body. Walking for just 30 minutes a day is not merely movement. It is a biological catalyst that triggers a cascade of changes, reshaping the very way your body stores and burns energy and influencing your long-term health in ways many people never fully grasp. It is astonishing how something as accessible and low impact as walking can activate a chain reaction inside your muscles and fat cells. Every step sends signals through your nervous system, stimulating hormones and enzymes that act on stored fat, gradually converting it into energy. The fat cells, which many think of as passive storage containers, are in fact dynamic entities constantly responding to your body's signals. With consistent daily movement, these cells begin to shrink, their contents released and repurposed to fuel the energy demands of your muscles. Over time, this process leads not only to visible changes in body composition, but also to profound improvements in overall metabolic health. Imagine your fat cells as tiny warehouses. When sedentary, these warehouses are full, crammed with energy that the body is not using efficiently. They expand, pressing against surrounding tissues, sometimes causing inflammation and signaling distress throughout the system. The act of walking, though gentle, acts like a key that unlocks these warehouses. Step by step, your body calls upon stored energy, breaking down triglycerides into fatty acids and glycerol. These molecules are then transported to the bloodstream and used by your muscles as fuel. The fat cells gradually decrease in size, becoming leaner and more responsive. The once static warehouses now participate actively in your body's energy economy, contributing to balance and resilience. The effects are not limited to size alone. Regular walking changes the way fat cells behave at a molecular level. It influences their sensitivity to insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar. In sedentary individuals, fat cells can become resistant, storing more fat and releasing fewer of their contents for energy. Walking improves insulin sensitivity, ensuring that glucose is used efficiently and not unnecessarily stored. Over time, the body becomes more adept at balancing energy intake and expenditure. This subtle shift helps prevent the accumulation of visceral fat, the type that surrounds organs and is linked to chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular problems. But the story goes beyond fat cells. Each step you take sets off a symphony of hormonal responses throughout the body. Walking stimulates the production of adrenaline and norepinephrine, which signal fat cells to release their stored energy. It also elevates endorphins and serotonin, chemicals that enhance mood and reduce stress. Stress, as research shows, plays a critical role in fat storage, particularly in the abdominal area. By walking daily, not only are fat cells being activated for energy use, but stress hormones such as cortisol are being regulated, preventing the body from hoarding fat unnecessarily. In this way, a simple 30-minute walk creates a harmonious interplay between hormones, energy, and mental wellness. Beyond fat metabolism, walking influences the microscopic structures inside muscle cells. It stimulates the growth and activity of mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell, which are responsible for converting nutrients into energy efficiently. More mitochondria mean better energy production, higher endurance, and improved metabolic rate. This is why consistent walking, though low impact, can lead to a higher resting metabolism, helping the body burn more calories even while at rest. The benefits compound with time. A body that moves regularly becomes more efficient at managing energy, utilizing fat stores, and sustaining physical and mental vitality. Another remarkable effect of walking is on blood circulation. Each stride encourages the flow of blood, delivering oxygen and nutrients to tissues while helping remove metabolic waste. Improved circulation enhances the delivery of hormones that influence fat metabolism and ensures that fat cells respond appropriately to energy demands. Better blood flow also reduces the risk of chronic inflammation, a silent contributor to fat accumulation and many metabolic disorders. As the body becomes more efficient in circulating blood and energy, fat cells become healthier, smaller, and less inflammatory, which translates into improved overall health. While the biochemical processes are fascinating, the most profound change is how walking reshapes your daily habits and energy perception. 30 minutes of walking is enough to trigger the body's natural regulatory systems, aligning energy intake with energy expenditure. Hunger signals become more balanced, cravings decrease, and the body naturally favors nutrient-dense foods over empty calories. In essence, walking not only reshapes fat cells, but also guides the body toward healthier patterns, creating an environment where fat is burned effectively and health is optimized naturally. There is also a neurological component to consider. Walking increases blood flow to the brain, stimulating the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a chemical that promotes neural growth and plasticity. A healthy brain regulates appetite, stress response, and hormonal balance, all of which influence how fat cells behave. By walking consistently, you are indirectly training your brain to support optimal metabolism, creating a feedback loop that enhances both mental and physical health. It is important to understand that these benefits do not require intense effort or gym-based workouts. Walking is gentle yet profoundly effective because it is sustainable and consistent. The body responds to frequency and regularity more than intensity for long-term changes in fat cells and metabolism. Even modest brisk walking, done daily, produces measurable reductions in fat cell size, improved insulin sensitivity, better circulation, enhanced mitochondrial function, and mental wellness benefits. The cumulative effect over weeks and months is transformative. Walking also impacts fat distribution. Not all fat is the same, and not all responds equally to exercise. Visceral fat, the dangerous fat around organs, responds well to steady, moderate exercise like walking. Subcutaneous fat, the fat beneath the skin, also gradually diminishes, but more importantly, walking encourages fat cells to remain metabolically active rather than dormant. Dormant fat cells are prone to inflammation and metabolic dysfunction. Regular movement keeps them awake and ready to be utilized for energy, contributing to healthier body composition and reducing disease risk. Finally, the most compelling aspect of walking is its accessibility. Unlike intense workouts, strict diets, or expensive interventions, walking requires no equipment, no membership, and no extreme commitment. It is available to almost anyone at any age, and yet it has the power to trigger profound biological changes. By simply committing to 30 minutes of walking each day, the body undergoes a silent transformation. Fat cells shrink and become more functional. Energy levels rise, mental clarity improves, and the foundation for long-term health is established. Walking is a simple, consistent, and remarkably effective way to reset your body, starting at the cellular level. The fat cells that once stored excess energy inefficiently are now being trained to respond properly, releasing fuel when needed, shrinking in size, and reducing inflammation. Each step is a small investment in your metabolic health, hormonal balance, and overall vitality. The power of walking is in its consistency, its gentle activation of multiple systems simultaneously, and its accessibility. In the next sections, the detailed science of how walking affects fat cells, hormones, mitochondria, and metabolism will be explored. But even now, it is clear, walking for just 30 minutes a day is far more than a casual activity. It is a profound act of self-care, a scientifically backed method to transform your body, and a sustainable habit that can dramatically influence your health for years to come. Every step is a signal to your body that it is time to activate energy reserves, improve cellular function, and support a healthier, more vibrant life. The beauty of walking lies not only in the science but in its simplicity. Unlike complicated routines or expensive interventions, walking is intuitive, accessible, and consistent. It requires no special gear, no complicated protocols, only a commitment to move your body. And as your body responds, the fat cells shrink, metabolism improves, and the groundwork for long-term wellness is laid. Within weeks, subtle changes begin: increased energy, better sleep, improved mood, and visible reductions in body fat. These early wins motivate the continuation of the habit, creating a virtuous cycle of health improvement that continues over months and years. In conclusion, walking is an extraordinary tool that is often underestimated. Its power comes from its ability to orchestrate complex physiological processes quietly, consistently, and sustainably. It communicates with fat cells, signals energy release, enhances mitochondrial function, regulates hormones, improves circulation, and supports mental wellness. All this happens with a simple, accessible daily action: 30 minutes of walking. This simple commitment can transform not only fat cells, but the entire body, establishing a foundation of health, vitality, and resilience. For anyone seeking a natural, effective, and sustainable method to improve metabolism, reduce fat, and enhance overall health, walking is unmatched. It is the science-backed, accessible habit that quietly works from the inside out, improving cellular function, shrinking fat cells, boosting energy, and promoting mental clarity. Walking may seem simple, but its impact is profound, offering a pathway to a healthier, more balanced, and more vibrant life, one step at a time.